Hi and welcome back on my channel. I hope you are doing well during this lockdown. If you don't know, in the UK we are in the third lockdown at the moment and it looks like it's going to last a while. So I hope you are doing well, and as it's Valentine's Day coming, it's like a month left. So I thought maybe I could share the stories from the dates I have, and some of them were really good, some of them were not so good. Most of them were alright, but I thought I'll share the stories from the worst dates and from the best dates I had. So I have 3 very bad dates to tell you about, and actually 4 dates that were really good. So let's start. Get yourself a cup of coffee, a snack, and let's start. The first date I wanted to tell you about was actually the second date. The first date with that guy was great. I really enjoyed that. We had some food, we went bowling, we had a walk, we talked a lot. I really enjoyed the date. So it was great. So I was like, okay, I would like to see him again then. And I booked the tickets to the cinema for us. But from what I remember back then, it wasn't much in the cinema. So I ended up booking tickets for Hulk when I'm not a Marvel fan. I didn't know if he is a Marvel fan. I was like, okay, let's choose that one. It was that or Dumbo, so I was like, okay, Hulk should be better. And the only good thing about the film was the soundtrack. I really enjoyed the soundtrack, that's it. But before that, before the cinema, we went for a walk to the park. I was like, we could have a chat. Jeez, seriously, it was the worst date ever. Like, I tried to ask him questions because I was like, we had such a good conversation on the last date, so we could have the same conversation again, like maybe not the same, but you know what I mean. But no, he didn't cooperate at all. I asked questions and I just had the answer, and that's it. So when I asked him, what's your favorite film, I got the answer like Terminator or something like that with aliens, and that's it. I was like, oh, I've never seen it, but I'm not a fan of film with aliens, something like that. I tried to make this conversation flow, but nope, he didn't cooperate. And I was like, ah. I remember when we walked around the park, and I thought, oh jeez, we still need to go to the cinema. I just wanted to get back home, and I regretted this date so much. But yeah, I didn't know how to escape really. Like, I couldn't take my phone to ask my friends to call me or something and tell me that, oh, it's something really important and I have to go. I didn't have a chance to run away, basically. So yeah, that was the worst date ever. And another date, it was a first date. And I enjoyed texting this guy. He seemed to be nice. And I was like, yeah, I could see him. And I also remember I was a bit ill back then. And so I was like, okay. But I went there anyway. We were supposed actually to have some food. But we ended up being in the restaurant and ordering just like, he ordered coffee, I think I ordered juice or something like that. And that's it. So I was like, great. No food. Well, I didn't have any food before because I thought we will have some food on the date, but well. And yeah, I could tell that he was stressed out. So I tried to ask him questions. I was thinking like, what's your favorite childhood memory, your favorite film, favorite place you've been to, you know, asking about stuff. And I didn't get much feedback either. Like, this conversation didn't flow at all. And yeah, there was a lot of awkward silence. So yeah, I didn't enjoy the date. And also remember that he had a car and I thought I would get that lift back home at least, because I had to walk up the huge hill back never. Nope. He just said bye and went to his car, and I had to get a taxi back home. I mean, you know, it's not a big deal, but a bit of manners, please. And the third worst date, it was a first date. I actually saw the guy again because I was like, okay, maybe I should give him another chance, but no. It was a mistake as well. So the first day we went for a coffee. I remember it was a very cold and windy day, and so I was wearing jeans, some boots, a shirt, and my huge grey jacket that is really warm. So usually I wear dresses for dates, but this time it's like, no, it's actually really cold, so I was like, okay, I will wear that. So yeah, and he was asking me questions, but I felt like I'm on a job interview. Basically, that's how I felt. He was asking about like my friends, I have many friends, and at some point he actually asked if I'm a tomboy. I was like, no, a very girly girl. If you didn't notice, like, okay, maybe I'm wearing jeans, but I have like a full makeup and everything, so I'm very away from being a tomboy. So I was like, at this point I feel a bit offended. And then I think he asked one more question that I was like, huh? I don't remember now what was the question, but I was like, are you kidding me? So yeah, basically on the date I felt like it's a job interview, like he's just interviewing girls in going to choose one to be his girlfriend or something like that. It wasn't good, but in the end I ended up meeting him again, and I regret that date as well, so I was never seeing him again. And now let's move to the best dates. So the first I need to mention is the first 2 dates with my boyfriend. I enjoyed them both because they included exploring towns, walking a lot and talking about different stuff like traveling, our favorite stuff, just some memories. I remember he talked a lot about his trip to Vienna. I've never been there, but he was so in love with the place. So that's basically what I remember from our first date. But on our first date we went to York, because where I live it's not much to do. So we went to York, it's not far from here, so I was like, maybe it's a good idea. He's been to York before, he liked it, so we went there. And so after that date I could actually tell I've been to York and I've seen everything. We've been everywhere. It wasn't just the main things in York, like where the cathedral is, or is that by? Yeah, this huge church. So we weren't just walking the shambles and stuff, we went everywhere. I remember when we walked a bit out of the city town center, I saw a clock tower. I was like, oh, that looks nice, maybe we should go there. I tried to find out on Google what is this place, but it didn't show it on the map. So we just started to walk in this direction. We find out it was Terry's chocolate factory. It used to be there. But now it's you can get an apartment there, so the old factory is being just renovated into apartments. So we're wondering how expensive they must be, but they probably look amazing inside because, you know, it's an old factory, so huge space, huge ceilings and everything, so it must be lovely to live there, but also very, very expensive, that we could tell from the cars that were parked outside. And on the second date I visited him in his hometown. I've been there before, but just for a couple of hours, so I didn't see much. And on this date again I could tell I've been to this place and I've been everywhere. So that was great. We walked along the river, and we had some food, we had some coffee. Did we have a coffee? I think so. Don't remember now. But yeah, in overall, I just really, really enjoyed that date. And we talked about many things. The conversation had a flow. We had the same vibe and it was great. I enjoyed that a lot. And I remember when I had to get back home, I didn't want to get back home. So yeah, and I just couldn't wait to see him again. Next one. It was a first date with one guy, and we went for a coffee. And I remember that he made a very good first impression actually. From his photos on his Tinder profile or Instagram or anywhere, I couldn't tell if he's tall or not, what is quite important for me. But it's just not that I'm not going to date a guy that is my height. It's just the way I feel around tall guys. That's what I noticed, like, because my first boyfriend, he was tall. And for example, my best friend was my height basically, maybe slightly taller. So I think that's where it comes from, that if a guy is basically my height, maybe slightly taller, my brain classify this guy as a friend. If he's tall, it's a boyfriend material. I don't know, that's how my brain probably works. So that's what I figured out, at least. So he was taller than I thought, and actually he looked better than on the photos, so he made a very, very good first impression. And then he asked me questions. He was seriously interested in me, but he didn't had this feeling of being on a job interview. No, this conversation had a flow. We talked about many things. We had a laugh. So I really enjoyed that one. Then we, I think, had. Did we only had a coffee? I think we only had a coffee. We didn't went on a walk. But I enjoyed that day a lot, and then I wanted to see him again, and we see each other again, and we basically talk about the same stuff as on the first date. So I was like, okay, that's a bit disappointing. So yeah, the first date was great, the second, nope. Another date, it was a first date again, and I really enjoyed that day. So for some reason we clicked out in the minute we met each other. We just clicked, and I don't remember if I ever laughed so much on a date. I laughed so much. We had a banter. I was basically roasting him. I was surprised with that. I didn't even know why I'm doing it, but you know, he was kind of enjoying that too. So yeah, I really enjoyed that one. We went for a drink, then we had a walk, and yeah, we talked about many things, and I really enjoyed that one. And also next dates were also good, but then things started to go downhill, and it wasn't my fault at all. But he wasn't honest with me in the end. But that's another story. So yeah, I really enjoyed that first day. I was like, I've never laughed so much on a day. That's what I remember. So that was so great. And the last one, it was again a first date, and I remember for some reason I was very stressed out about that date. Don't know why. But yeah, I remember I had some anxiety. Now I know it's anxiety, but I thought, okay, I'm just stressed out. But the moment I walked into the pub where we met, it all went away. Just automatically all went away. And I remember we had a drink, and we clicked. Just the moment we said hi, we clicked. And we just talked about everything. We just moved from one subject to another. The conversation had such a good flow. I really enjoyed that. So we could talk about many things. He asked me about Poland, why I moved here. Everyone is asking me about that actually. And all the story how I ended up studying in Aberystwyth. But yeah, I thought it was great. Then we moved to some other place also, and we continued. He told me so many stories from his life, his childhood, about his grandparents and everything. So I really enjoyed that day. I think our second date was also very good. So I remember that he said that he's still not over his ex, and he hoped that I will for sure meet someone better very soon. So I was like, great, but I don't want someone else. I really like you, and I hope that we could work it out somehow, but nope. And also I thought that we could maybe become friends because I like to talk to him and I liked his company. Nope. But also he was texting me from time to time when he was drunk. I don't know what he was hoping for, but oh well. And then I hope like we could, I think I asked if we could just go out for a drink and have a chat. Nope. Nope. That would be the stories from my dates, the worst and the best dates I've had. And if you had the worst date and the best date, let me know in the comments. If you have any fun stories from your dates, let me know as well. If you have any ideas for the videos I could make about Tinder relationship. Speaking of relationships, me and my boyfriend, we have a YouTube channel now. We already have 2 videos in it, and there are more coming. And on this channel we talk about relationship, dating, and when we are allowed to travel, we're going to obviously make vlogs from the trips we have. And yeah, so if you'd like to watch our videos, here you can click and find them. The link to the channel as well you'll find in the description box. The name of the channel, because I didn't say it, it's a match Basha and Barney. So if you like to watch our videos, the link's in the description. And it would be great if you would subscribe to the channel and watch the videos. Like I said, there are more coming soon. But for my channel, if you have any ideas for the videos, let me know. But I think there's still quite a few I could make about dates, dating and Tinder. So if you would like that, leave it a thumb up. If you enjoyed the video, leave it a thumb up, it means a lot. And please subscribe my channel if you're not doing it yet. And I hope to see you very, very soon. Bye!